Hey, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's Ms. Wolfe. This is my favorite holiday because Martin Luther King Jr., he's my hero. And the reason he's my hero is because he believed, he had this dream that everybody could live together, no matter the color of your skin, and that everyone could be nice to each other and kind. And his dream was at a time when things were really dark in the United States of America. There were really mean things happening, and the police said it was okay. Things like, if you had lighter colored skin, you could do things that people with darker colored skin couldn't do just because of the way you looked. And they actually put signs up that said whites only in places like restaurants. So if you had darker skin, you couldn't even go there. Or in a movie theater, like you weren't allowed to go to the movie, but if you maybe could go to the movie, you had to sit in the really bad seats. Same with a bus. You were allowed to ride the bus if you had darker skin, but you had to sit in the really back where the seats were all hard and not comfortable, and you weren't allowed to sit in the front in the good seats just because you looked different. And there were signs above the seats that said whites only for the comfy seats. So Martin Luther King Jr. said, this isn't right. This is hateful. This is mean. It's not fair. Everyone is made as human. We're all alike. We should be able to do things alike. So he had a hero, and his hero was Gandhi. Gandhi was from India, and Gandhi believed that if mean things were happening, you don't have to go to war and beat people up and push them and force them to believe nice, loving things. No, that just makes things worse. He said, be peaceful and use your voice and say, this isn't right. I am not going to stand for this. I'm not going to allow it to happen. So that's what Martin Luther King Jr. did. And his friend was Rosa Parks. They lived at the same times in the 1960s, 50s and 60s. And Rosa Parks said, it is not okay that I don't get to sit in the comfy seats in the bus, in the front of the bus. So she sat there. And it was illegal against the law. And if people did things that were illegal and you had darker skin against the law, then you could be beat up, you could go to jail. Some people even got killed for doing things just that whites didn't want them to do. So Rosa Parks sat on the bus anyways, on the good seats. And the police came, they put her in jail. This is the picture of her in jail because she sat on a different seat on the bus. Now, it started a movement where other dark-skinned people said, we're going to do like Rosa Parks. She's our hero. And so then they sat on the good seats of the bus. And then the dark-skinned people said, we're not even going to ride the bus anymore. We're not going to give them our money. And then the bus companies said, people with dark skin are riding our buses. And we're not going to make any money. We're going to go to business. And they said, they put pressure on the president to change these laws. We need the dark-skinned people. We need everybody to ride the bus. And so then the president took down all the whites-only signs. They were all illegal. They were gone. Now, because of Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. and even Gandhi, things changed. The laws changed. Now, people with darker skin could live where they wanted. They could go to movies where they wanted. They could go to, they could swim in swimming pools. They could all go to the same schools, and the nice schools like the people with lighter skin. So everything was now equal. And also they could even vote. 60 years ago, before Martin Luther King Jr. started making change, people with dark skin weren't even allowed to vote for president. I am so thankful that Martin Luther King Jr. believed that love can win. Now, this is where he lived, down here in the south of the United States of America. We live up in Michigan. Here's me, and here's some of you guys. Now, let's look around. Where do you see today people who are being mean, who aren't making good choices? Be a leader. Be proactive. Set a good example. And use your voice and say, that's not right. I'm not going to allow that to happen. And you can be proactive, and you and I can be the change. And love can win. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day.